views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Geek, what the hell happened to everyone?
I've never seen an anomaly like this before.
Residual frequency signatures detected.
Oh, that's not good.
What does that mean?
It means we're picking up frequencies from other dimensions or times.
Well, at least somebody's getting some action.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's been a long time since I had any frequency in getting some action.
I don't patch it through the main computer.
Your wish is my command.
Oh, we're picking up something.
What the hell is it?
It's a broadcast of some sort.
Adjusting audio.
Boosting signal.
Welcome to the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Oh, God, is it Monday?
Getting your work week started right by stretching out your vagina holes with the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. You have been beamed aboard. You are now live and inside the mothership. I'm Alien Stone. We're broadcasting to you live, directly and deeply into your vagina holes from the other side of Planet Chaos on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network, and the IRN Internet Radio Network. And in syndication and replay around the world on stations like 920 WO in the Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Prodcore Radio, Pure Rock Radio, Good Talk Radio, Mile High Radio, and K89. Wherever it is that you're tuned in, wherever it is that you are listening, you can give me a call live on the Alien X lines. That's 1-313-444-8919. That's 1-313-444-8919. Or use Skype with Alien Stone 1. That's Alien Stone, the number 1. Don't spell it out, because you would be wrong. Today's show is being brought to you by Igor's Empire and his family of products. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook and at www.igorslube.com. Also brought to you in part by Papa Boner's Popcorn. It's all warm and buttery inside. And Glorious Glory Holes and Marvelous Martha's Mouth Hugs. That's right, folks. If you're looking for that mouth hug, Marvelous Martha or Glorious Gloria will be happy to take care of you. But before you go, make sure that you, where is that other product? Oh boy. I'm never ready. Before you go to Marvelous Martha's Glory Holes, you might want to, there we go, pick up a little bit of Igor's Empire's padded anti-chafing glory hole safety tape. It prevents unwanted scraping, abrasions, and splinters. That's Igor's Empire. Check them out online. All right, folks, we got music for your vagina holes, comedy for your soul, sports for the people that want sports, and your phone calls. You can call and talk about any subject, literally. You could talk about flowers. You could talk about rocks. You could talk about the enormous failure of a presidency here in the United States of America right now. You could do that, too, if you like. I would be happy to talk to you about that. In fact, if you think that he's doing a great job, I would really love for you to call and tell me why you think that, okay? What did he do that could possibly put you into any kind of position to say the man's doing a good job? I have no idea what he possibly could have done, because he has done nothing. Anyway, without further delay, let's go ahead and get into this thing. As I said, we've got Just a Few Questions, classic episodes of Just a Few Questions in the hour number 1, hour number 2. The brand spanking us new episode of Just a Few Questions coming up in hour number 3. And that one is called the April Fool's Day Massacre. That's right, the April Fool's Day Massacre. Anyway, folks, if you are easily offended, please find something else to listen to, because you are not going to be happy for the next 3 hours as we scream through the galaxy at triple redunculous speeds for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
Let's take a look at this day in history.
April 4th, 1968. The Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated on a hotel balcony in Memphis, Tennessee. The civil rights leader was 39.
And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
James Earl Ray, King's confessed assassin who later claimed his innocence, spends the rest of his life behind bars. 1841, in Washington, President William Henry Harrison dies of pneumonia just 1 month after his inauguration. Harrison is the first U.S. chief executive to die in office, and his presidency remains the briefest. 1974, in Cincinnati, Hank Aaron of the Atlanta Braves hits his 714th career home run, tying baseball great Babe Ruth's record. Aaron breaks that record days later. And 1928,
the horizon leans forward, offering you space to place new steps of change.
Maya Angelou, poet, writer, actress, and African-American activist, is born in St. Louis.
And upon me,
Today in history, April 4th. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Alrighty, folks. Now we know what happened way back in the day, so this is what's happening today. Let's throw some music directly into your Vajira holes. A little magic spell first thing in the morning. Bottoms Up, the name of the band. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
your beer.
I made a bet with the devil!
Hey, you gonna stare all day or you gonna buy something?
And I know you shouldn't marry anyone
Jason. I know there's much to explain, but I'm simply too afraid to look you in the eyes and tell you to your face. This world is strange and so am I, yet I've never truly found my place in it. Darling, I've been lost for far too long. You see, this map that I've been reading, it's filled with empty houses and dead-end streets. And all of these years, the ink's been fading, so I use the edge to slit my wrists in hopes of bleeding a new path. But life doesn't come with directions or GPS. It twists and turns, it chews and spits. It's been driving me closer to my inevitable end. It's a nightmare, a hellscape, a true living beast. This monster is hungry and I am its feast.
Here's this week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please, no, not that.
In the far distant future, in a galaxy where those in the know don't go, real estate is cheap, and they've got great sushi. But there's no water.
You got any water?
It is a time when desperate men will swing from the chandeliers.
Fire! Sound the alarm!
Just to get a drink.
Just take a look at that.
Good men like Jason, space pirate and explorer of the cosmos. His chief engineer and fellow rogue Roscoe. And the beautiful Princess Karina. One tiny band who must bust their buns, battling the masters of all the water in the galaxy. The evil Mithradoids, famous for not being nice.
Killing you would be too easy.
See depravity in zero gravity. Bye-bye. See glamour girls from another galaxy. See kung fu robots. And delight in the mysteries of the seventh world. The one place in the universe to get a decent glass of water. The Ice Pirates. A totally spaced adventure.
Resistance is futile. Probing is not allowed. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. That's 313-444-8919. Or hang out in the chat room at alienxradio.com. You have been beamed aboard and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone.
Alrighty, folks, it is time for the punchlines. As always, the punchlines are being brought to you by Igor's Empire and his and his family of products. Check out Igor's Cellar Foods and Gourmet Survival Rations. It's powdered meat packets made with fish, pork, and pigeon. Just blend Igor's powdered meat mix with any liquid into the provided and patented meat molds. Just allow them to set, and it's ready to eat. Serve at room temperature. That's Igor's Cellar Foods and Gourmet Survival Rations. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook and at www.igorslube.com. Folks, I have to thank and give much credit to my co-host of Inside the Mothership, one of my co-hosts of Inside the Mothership, Sir Martin of Mad, on the other side of the planet Earth. because he brought to me one of the greatest punchline stories in the history of the show. Okay, long time ago I talked about the ability we have now of growing human body parts on the backs of lab animals. Okay? Like an ear on the back of a rat, a nose on the back of a chinchilla. Who knows, right? Have your stuff grown on a lab animal and then have it surgically taken off of the lab animal and surgically put on you. Great idea, right? Right. Well, what was the next inevitable step? Here's the next inevitable step. All of the people out there that cry and whine and scream and holler about killing animals for food. Why are we killing animals for food? There's plenty of grass. There's plenty of dandelions and potatoes, right? So why are we eating animals? We shouldn't kill them. We should just let them wander around until we are, pressed up against the wall by deers and antelope. Okay? We have to thin the herds, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we would be overrun. But anyway, point is this. Yes, I know you're going to say, but we don't need to have a whole farm full of cows that we're growing for the simple purpose of eating. Well, we kind of do. But anyway, my point is this. They are now wanting to grow the flesh of the animals in a laboratory. So they're going to clone the animal DNA, essentially, and grow the meat without having the animal. So if you don't have the animal, and you don't have to kill the animal, then you should all shut the hell up, right? Because that was your problem. Your major bitching complaint about meat was the killing of the animal. So, here we go, right? Laboratories can now genetically engineer and grow the exact same meat in the laboratory without killing the animal. Which, to me, the story opens an entire cabinet full of questions. Lots and lots of questions. Are you going to grow the animal, but the animal just isn't alive? Oh, here we go again with some weird stuff going on with Facebook. Yeah, Facebook always doing some weird stuff. All right, there we go. So anyway, are they going to grow the animal, but it's not alive? That's creepy, right? You're just like growing comatose animals. You got to pump their oxygen and everything to them, though, to keep them alive because they're not breathing. But what would be the point of cloning the whole animal? Because now you're still going to have waste, right? What? You're not going to eat the bones. You're not going to eat the eyeballs. Well, maybe if you send all that stuff off to the hot dog company and they and stuff it in the poop chute, and there you go. But I think that would be that's not what they're going to do, right? So are they going to just grow just meat, but in the shape of an animal? So now there's no bones, there's no organs, there's no waste. It's like from nose to tail, every last bit of it is meat. But then you don't have the different cuts of meat, right? It's all the same meat. So you don't have like the tenderloin and the skirt steak and the bacon. You don't have all the different cuts of the animal. So what are they going to do? Are they going to do like Igor's Cellar Foods and gourmet survival rations? Are they just going to have these like molds like they do at the plastic injection factories? Except instead of injecting plastic, they're injecting DNA molecules mixed with whatever glue is necessary and growing agent into these things, and then it will mold and grow the meat into the shape of the mold that you made. So if somebody wants a New York strip steak, you just go over to the New York strip steak mold, select cow, select New York strip steak, and then press inject, right? It squirts it in there. I don't know how that works. And then you got to wait for it to germinate, I guess, and grow and become the meat in the shape of... And then when it opens up, there you go. You got a New York strip steak. And then you take it home and you can cook it and you can eat it. And you didn't kill a cow, right? Let me ask you this, though. What do you think the cost of that beef is going to be as opposed to regular beef? Think about that scientific process I just went through. Are you prepared to pay $80 or $90 a pound for beef? Maybe even more? I don't know about that, guys. Maybe it's a better idea to just give all the... I don't know. Maybe, you can't do that either because PETA would still freak out. You can't do anything with the cows. PETA gets mad.
You can't comb their hair because that's not the way they want it.
Oh, okay. So what do you guys think, man? Injected, grown, DNA, harvested, and laboratory grown meat to replace the killing of animals going forward. Now, here's the other thing, too. Is it going to be just like that? I mean, think about this. The cows have muscles. That's the meat, right? And those muscles have to move, right? To become what they are, right? Would these just be like muscles with atrophy? What was it, atrophy? I can't remember what that word is. Where your muscles they're like weak and don't work. So everything's going to be like super tender meat? Is that what we're saying? Is it going to be like pudding meat? Maybe if you take it out of the mold before it sets fully? I don't know. Then it's like pudding meat? I don't know. Anyway, folks, I don't know if I'm ready to eat genetically engineered and injected, grown and cloned meat substance. That just, it doesn't roll off the tongue when you're ordering it in a restaurant. So I think I'm out on that. Yeah, I'm out on that. That's been the punchlines for this hour. Yeah. And folks, it is time to take a short break, a pause in the action for station identification, and I'm going to send things on over to the prospect, who's going to bring you up to speed in the world of sports before we come back with the second half of hour number 1 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with the Prospect.
Hello, sports fans. Prospect here with a weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. The Colin Kaepernick carousel, say that 3 times fast, is still rolling as he's been resurfacing in the news lately, telling prospective teams that he can still throw and is willing to sign with them. His latest sighting was at the University of Michigan's annual spring game where Coach Jim Harbaugh made him an honorary captain. He and Cap were together when he coached the 49ers, and when asked about his plans should he be considered for a spot, the 34-year-old said he is open to being a backup if it means returning to the sport he loved. Obviously, there's some people that were against this due to his little situation back in 2016. The current Wolverines quarterback, Cade McNamara, was impressed in how he performed, saying he was a fan of the team and how Cap played. We will see if this appearance finally makes the phones ring and the offers come in. Elsewhere in the league, as Tom Brady makes his quick, and I mean quick, return to the Buccaneers, he will be without Coach Bruce Arians, who announced his retirement and has accepted a position in the front office. Defensive coordinator Todd Bowles has taken over as head coach. Now, rumor has it that the decision for Arians to step down was made because of issues between him and Brady, but he squashed those down, saying he had a, quote, great relationship with him in an interview. When he was also asked about why the decision to step away from a chance to get to the Hall of Fame, the 69-year-old said he didn't care about that and it was a dream to move to the front office. The 2022 Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class has been announced, and the resumes are impressive to say the least. Multiple-time NBA champions and MVPs, WNBA champions and All-Stars, and some of the most winningest and legendary coaches are on their way to enshrinement. Names include Manu Ginobili, Tim Hardaway, Swin Cash, George Karl, Bob Huggins, and Marianne Stanley. The ceremony is set for September 10th in Springfield, Massachusetts. Well, tune in next week for more sports. For Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer? Igor?
That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio. Resistance is futile.
Quiet in the studio. Latherpuss radio spot. Take one.
Here in the romantic South Seas, Latherpuss shaving cream is preferred by more...
Mr. Director.
Cut. Yes, Mr. Latherpuss.
I'm not crazy about this island thing. See, rough and rugged is what my shaving cream is really all about.
I'll change it. Take two.
Fine.
Here in romantic Horsefly, Texas, Latherpuss
I hate
shaving...
to be a bother.
What now?
But Latherpuss is so continental and stuff. Could the announcer...
I'll change it. Take three.
Yes.
Here in romantic Horsefly, Texas...
You know,
what?
If he could use a sexier voice...
Sexy, Harry. Take four.
Here in romantic Horsefly, Texas, Latherpuss shaving cream is preferred 2-to-1.
Yes, wonderful. Hope I didn't make too many suggestions.
Not at all.
Could I make a suggestion?
What is it?
Could he do it in Swedish with an Irish brogue and add some bongos and a race...
Radio. You can do anything you want, go anywhere you want, and reach anybody you want at a price that won't bust your budget. Radio. It's right on the button. A message from the Radio Advertising Bureau.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Here we go! Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
The house is now on fire.
Second half of hour number 1 is underway, guys. We are screaming through the galaxy, but do not worry. The gravitational plates are gravitating. The inertia canceller is canceling. And the deflector array is still wearing its mask for some reason, even when it's driving by itself. What the hell? Anyway, folks. You know, I was thinking about that the other day. Here on the mothership, we've got the deflector array, okay? What the deflector array does is it puts a bit of a beam out in front of the ship so that all the debris, you know, like rocks and space dust and pieces of ship that have been left in space for some reason to float about, will bounce off of that before slamming into the ship and ripping a hole through the hull. But I have a new moral obligation to the galaxy here. If something is sitting there floating in the galaxy and I fly through it and I bump it off there and it was flying, remember now it's going in a different direction at a velocity now. For all I know, I just bumped it like a ball on a billiards table, and I have no idea where it's going to end up. I may have inadvertently just destroyed an entire society of people by sending a meteor screaming towards somebody else's planet. So I have decided that instead of the deflector array, I'm going to have installed on mothership. Pretty much, it's a. I don't know. We don't know what to call it yet. But what it's going to do is essentially disintegrate stuff when it hits it. It's kind of like one of those mosquito buzzers things. You know those mosquito lights you see? All those mosquito zappers. It's kind of like that. So everything we hit is just. So you're just going to see all these little sparks going all the time in front of the ship. But we got to make it strong enough to take out the big stuff, too. Don't worry, we're going to navigate around planets. We're not going to mess you up. Moons and such. Satellites and spacecraft. You're okay. Okay, is that enough nonsense for this portion of the show? I think so. So, well, it's never enough nonsense. So we're going to go ahead and get to some more nonsense in the form of just a few questions. Classic episode going all the way back to 2018. That's right, that's how long we've been doing this crap. Since 2018. Of course, they were much shorter back then. We finally got them under control at like around between 25 and 30 minutes. For a while, they were like 45 minutes long. It's like, well, that's too long. Well, this is only like 7.5 minutes long, so that's too short. But this was back in 2018. We were living kind of free back then, weren't we? All right, so 4/8/2018. I try to get as close to the exact date as possible. So 4/8/2018. It's called Time Traveler Zap Uncomfortable. We didn't have really cool names back then. What can I say? That must be shorthand. So anyway, Time Traveler Zap Uncomfortable. It's just a few questions on the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Just a few questions.
Oh, that's right. It is time.
See, I was thinking that was going to go completely a different direction. That was sweet.
Like that?
Yeah, man. You've been. I'm very, very proud of you.
Playing with the
Happy
show here,
for
man.
you.
Redoing stuff. Doing stuff and doing things.
Doing things with stuff.
Yeah. So it is time now for this week's Just a Few Questions.
I like just a few questions.
Dude, it's getting more ridiculous. Every time I write these things, I'm like, okay, how can I make it more ridiculous? All right,
You figure out a great way every week, too.
And every day it's getting longer. Look at this is a full page now.
Holy sh!
And it's just a few questions.
All right.
And remember, we've already established 1 is 1, 2 is a couple, and 3 is a few. Any more than that could be a gaggle, it could be a bunch, it could be...
a gaggle?
It could be all kinds of amounts.
It could be a gaggle.
Yeah. But up to a few. A few is 3 questions. Okay?
Okay.
All the questions today, multiple choice.
Oh, good. Didn't have to study. Awesome.
Wait. All right, so... number 1 of just a few questions.
Question number 1.
While sailing in the Caribbean, your ship is captured by pirates. You are taken hostage aboard their vessel. After escaping from your cell, you hide in a shipping container. Inside, you find a time machine. Knowing that you will never escape from the ship alive, you climb inside and zap yourself to what time and place? A, the original Woodstock concert just before it started. B, the moment right before you had sex for the very first time. C, a simpler place in time, like the Old West, set up a shop and become a blacksmith. Or D, or like Windows Restore, you use all the times that you masturbated as restore points and just pick out your favorite one. They're restore points, bro. Because they go back all the way, right? It's just the first of a few questions.
I'm going to go with D.
You're going to go with D?
Hell yeah.
I would go with D as well.
Good.
I think it's many more options.
Definitely two. Yeah, B and C would definitely be out. I wasn't around Woodstock. I've seen pictures and videos. It kind of be something. But if I go with D, I can go.
You can't go back to the Woodstock one because you weren't around.
Right.
But you still could. It would cover a lot.
It would cover a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going with D.
All right.
D for 1,000.
Good
Alex.
answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, we'll get some sound effects for that too.
I mean, next week's project.
Yeah. All right, number 2. Question number 2.
Question number 2.
You wake in the middle of the night to the sound of the dog playing with a squeaky toy on the floor at the foot of the bed. Do you
done that?
A, grab a pair of rolled up socks from the nightstand and throw it at the dog, hoping to hit it and stop the noise? B, grab a shock collar remote from the nightstand and zap the noise away? Yeah. That's how I felt when I wrote it. C, grab your cell phone from the nightstand, crawl to the end of the bed, and take a picture for your next Facebook status update. Or D, grab your pistol from the nightstand because you don't have a freaking dog. I don't have a dog. Wait a minute. The dog's squeaking a toy at the foot of the bed. I don't have a dog. Pistol time. Okay, that's the only time it would be the case.
Well, see, and this is what sucks. Because A doesn't work. I have dogs.
No,
and
it
socks aren't going to work.
No, because he'd bring you the sock and then go over and play with the...
That or, he'd be like, okay, what was that? And then just continue back on with the squeaky toy.
Right.
Taking a selfie with the dog and up, that definitely wouldn't happen. Definitely wouldn't happen. I have a dog, so I can't do D. What was B again?
Oh, B was the shot collar thing, which it'll never happen with me.
I would do the shot collar thing, but I don't have a shot collar. My wife was against the shot collars when they were barking.
Yeah, I see. I'm against it too.
I am to an extent.
Yeah.
However, it's better than foot and ass syndrome. You know?
Yeah, that's true. All right, so you zap the sound away?
I would, if I had the opportunity and was able to, I would zap the sound away. I'm sorry.
Just put it to a low frequency?
Absolutely. Well, I would do it. I would, and
it's like it wouldn't even electrocute. It'd just be like I'm annoyed, and drop the toy.
Right.
The dog's like, hey, that's annoying.
But you know what? It's also got to depend on the dog, because I have two dogs. I have a German Shepherd and I have a pug. You know, the German Shepherd, she, eventually...
higher voltage.
All I got to do with her is yell at her once.
Oh.
I got to give her, like the other night, she kept on trying to get up, man, and I just yelled. And she went, like, head down everything, and she was fine.
But the pug's the stubborn one,
pug's
right?
an ass.
Sometimes you got to punt it over the fence.
Oh, dude. If I was able to, yes. If that dog turned into a zombie, he would be the first one I'd drop kick.
Wow. Okay, so...
In no way do I promote animal cruelty.
All right, so clearly, you would just zap the sound away.
I would try and zap the sound away.
All right, number 3. When do you feel more uncomfortable? When do you feel more uncomfortable? A, when the guy at the suit shop is measuring your inseam. B, the doctor is conducting your hernia exam. C, a stranger in a public restroom uses the urinal right next to you, even though the other ones are wide open, no one's there, and wants to strike up a conversation. Or D, you are answering just a few questions.
I'm going to go with C.
C sounds good to me.
C, yeah. I hate that.
The other two have purpose.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, yes, they are uncomfortable.
Yeah.
However.
But my pants got to fit.
Exactly.
And I got to know that I don't have a hernia.
I got to know I don't have a hernia. Now, see, I'm surprised you didn't put, like, the colonoscopy or anything like that in there. Right? But.
Probing is not allowed.
And that's why you did it.
That's right.
Yep. I like that.
That has been just a few questions for this week.
This is Tommy Victor from Prong, and you're listening to Alien X Radio.
It's great to be back up here in fucking Detroit area. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Thank you. Thank all the awesome opening bands. All the bands were fucking great tonight. Thank you guys. Alien X Radio, and I thank you guys too. Thank you for putting this on. Give it up for the bands and the radio station. All right. Are you guys ready to snap your fingers? Are you guys ready to snap your necks? I don't hear you. What? Are you ready to snap your fingers? Are you ready to snap your necks? Everyone's got to fucking move. Thank you, Detroit. We'll see you again soon. Snap your fingers or snap your fucking neck. Everyone's got to move. Let's hit the shit. Thank you, MI.
was just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe, and I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
Let's rock this joint.
Yeah, that was a freaking rockin' show, man. Alien X Fest 2016. The headlining band was Prong. Tommy Victor there sending out a shout out to the radio station and all the other bands at the beginning. Was awesome. Pretty decent recording as well, man. But, that's what happens when you get, major bands like that. They bring their own sound guy and everything. And they stand there and they make sure that everything's all adjusted. The problem with that is, like, a lot of times throughout the course of the recording, I could hear him making adjustments, which was kind of an issue. But by the time they got to the end of the show, when he was doing his big stuff like snap your finger, snap your neck, it was all done and set and ready to go. So a lot of people don't know that, but a lot of times you like to start off. If you don't have a chance to get early and do a sound check before the audience gets there, if you have to just kind of like get going when the audience is already there, chances are the first song that they play is not going to be their best song. They want to make sure that they use something else to get all the bugs worked out of the system. And that's exactly what happened by the time they got to Snap Your Finger, Snap Your Neck. Hail to the yeah. Big old shout out to Tommy Victor and Prong for doing that show. It was awesome. Anyway, folks, by the way, that was recorded live at the Token Lounge in Westland, Michigan. I know on any tour date calendar, it's going to say Detroit, but it was actually Westland. Detroit being just the closest major market, and people like to say that. Back in the day, hey, where are they going to play? Detroit? You mean the Palace of Auburn Hills? Yeah, that's not Detroit, but that's what they would say anyway. You want to play Detroit? Cobo Hall. That's Detroit. Anyway, folks, it is time to take a short break, pause the action for station identification, and we will be back with hour number 2 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from Outer Space. So go frickin' no place.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done?
Look at the turning wheel. The Alignment, the latest CD from The Creeping Chaos, featuring Dead in the Water. Dead in the water. Beg for mercy and Under the Blade. We live our lives under a blade. Available now at iTunes, CD Baby, and Rock of Ages in Garden City.
Sick of getting your pizza the old-fashioned way? Delivered by some tool riding his little sister's bike? Sick of pizza places that advertise the delivered in 30 minutes or less guarantee, but don't actually deliver in time? You need your pizza delivered real fast. So call us. We're Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Pizza, a new division of the North Korean People's Army. We promise your order will be there in a flash, and your pizza will be hot. Guaranteed. With delivery to the U.S. territory of Guam in 14 minutes or less. Delivery to Japan in 5 minutes or less. And delivery to South Korea there before you can hang up the phone. ICBM Pizza. Explosively good taste, no tips required, and your choice of all 2 toppings that are not on the UN sanctions list. Yet.
Hi, everybody. Are you tired of feeling sluggish all the time? Frequent bathroom breaks cutting into your workday? Can't sleep at night? Try Colofax. Colovax is a new technology that takes the power of a shop vac and uses it to thoroughly clean out your insides.
With its patented technology, Colovax cuts your bathroom visits down to once a month.
My name is Russ Russellford, and I use the Colovax once every 2 weeks to keep me limber. Now I can play catch with my son all day and never get tired or have to poop. Colovax really sucks ass. In a good way.
Colovax has not been clinically tested, so when considering Colovax, the following side effects may include goosebumps, whooping cough, crying spell, intense spouts of rage, severe depression, arousal, heart explosion, ejaculation, silent fart, anal fissures, and loss of hair and teeth.
If you use Colovax, please contact a physician if you experience any goosebumps, whooping cough, crying spells, intense spouts of severe depression, arousal, heart explosion, ejaculation, silent farts, anal fissures, loss of hair and teeth.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Phillips Milk of Amnesia, the over-the-counter remedy that works so well, you'll never remember why you used it in the first place.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Report. We're in standard orbit, Captain. Good work, Mr. Tukok. What the hell are we doing in the 21st century? There's something we need to do. If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Don't mess around with the space-time continuum. Captain, I've located the signal. Put it on speaker.
You're tuned in to the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Well, that'll wake you up in the morning.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos, directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com.
All right, everybody, welcome. Once again, you have been beamed aboard, and you are inside the mothership. I am your host, Alien Stone. We're broadcasting live and deeply into your Vajir holes on Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network, and the IRN Internet and Radio Network. And its syndication replay around the world on stations like 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Pride Core Radio, Pure Rock Radio, Good Talk Radio, Mile High Radio, and K89. Wherever it is that you are tuned, wherever it is that you are listening, by all means, give me a call at 1-313-444-8919. That's 1-313-444-8919. Or Skype me at AlienStone1. That's AlienStone and the number 1. Don't spell it out because you would be wrong. Folks, there's all kinds of ways that you can get this radio station and this radio broadcast. All kinds of ways. In addition to all of our affiliate stations around the world that carry the show, the ways that you can listen to the station here on Alien X Radio and the shows on Alien X Radio are, number 1, go to www.alienxradio.com and click on the player. Boom, there's the Alien X player. That's how you can listen to it in really good quality, high quality stream. You can go to Facebook and go to the Facebook group, well, not the Facebook group, the Alien X Radio Facebook group, and I usually post the video feed there. That's right, there's a video feed of the podcast. It's not just on the audio on the radio station. We got the video feed over on Facebook. Also, go to YouTube and look up the Alien X Radio YouTube channel. Boom, there we are again. Video feed live there. And for those of you that play video games and you know about Twitch, we're also on Twitch. It's one of the weird things they got over there. Everybody's playing video games and then there's me. I'm sure there's other people doing stuff like this too, but whatever. Some people are following me. What can I tell you? So those are the video feeds. That's how you can get that. You can also use the application called TuneIn. When you go to TuneIn, just search Alien X Radio, and boom, there I am on TuneIn as well. And when you're listening to TuneIn, too, you got all your other radio stations are available there. All your major radio stations, even your local your local terrestrial radio stations, you usually have some kind of a feed on there as well. So I recommend that as a way to listen. And there's like many other apps out there, many other apps that feature all kinds of internet radio stations, and I'm not sure which ones I'm all on because I'm finding that I'm being placed on these formats and I'm not doing it. So, like, I found myself the other day on something just called the Internet Radio Player. I've never heard of it, but I'm on it, and that's great. Spread us around, man. Spread us around like peanut butter on a sandwich, right? Make us all sticky. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, folks, I'm going to start off the show, the second hour of the show, a little strangely. I'm going to find some really old school, weird, like, original stuff that I had done a long time ago. Like, I'm talking, like, when you listen to this, you're going to be like, dude, what did you record that on? Well, I was, pretty young. I didn't have a lot of good equipment. Back then, it was expensive to get equipment. And I didn't have a lot of money. What can I say? So, let's see. I'm going to pick... this is a very strange song. Anyway, I wrote this tune a long time ago. It was called Bar Bitch. That's the name of the song. I know you're like, it's a love story, right? It's a love song? Yeah, it's a love song. It's called Bar Bitch. And this was written pretty much using the drums on a keyboard. Not drums set up on a keyboard, but, the electronic drums that come with a keyboard built in. That was my drums to this song. And I wrote all the guitar parts, played all the guitar parts myself, the bass parts myself, and then I sang. And this is the horrific outcome of my very long day of boredom in my bedroom. This is called Bar Bitch. It's just simply titled by Keith Samland. And you're listening to The Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I apologize for the song in advance.
big black long things in my face? Just it's a Tuesday.
I'm Kelly Harris from Face Off. I came here to eat hobbits and kill boners. And you're listening to Alien X Radio. Motherfuckers!
Hello, this is Ernie Singleton, a.k.a. T-Dog from The Walking Dead, and you are listening to
X Radio.
The world ended. Didn't you get the memo?
This week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
Oh my God, I don't believe this is not happening.
We have got a poltergeist.
Okay, well, folks, I can do a clearance, but it's not going to be cheap. Although I do offer a 6-month guarantee.
Frank Bannister had a remarkable ability.
Psychic investigator?
To communicate with the dead.
That fellow takes us totally for granted.
Hey, Stuart, in or out, huh? Emanation corpses are normally confined to the cemetery.
You cannot push spirits around!
Although they do escape.
And an uncanny knack.
We're gonna scare the living daylights out of your parents.
For making a profit off the living.
We're supposed to be his business partners.
Everyone says that you're a fraud, but I've seen what you can do.
But now, some things put the fear of death in the living.
What is happening to me?
And sent the dead running for their lives.
I've seen a figure in a cape.
When your number's up, that's it. Frank, we got problems. All these murders that have been going on in Fairwater, they're gonna pin them on you.
From Universal Pictures and Robert Zemeckis.
You're next, pal.
And acclaimed director Peter Jackson.
We don't stop till the screaming starts, you dig?
The Frighteners.
Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Truth be told, folks, I have never even been to Harlem. Truth be told. So no, I am not the Shogun of Harlem. I am the Shogun of Alien X Radio. This is the punchlines. Well, this is where we normally put the punchlines. But again, what's going on with the internet? It's like all the places I normally go to get the silly, funny stories. It's like this week, they're like, nope, no silly, funny stories. Nothing happened. Nothing happened this week that was silly and funny. It was all serious and doom-related. You know what I mean? But we got to do segments anyway because, our stuff is sponsored. Like this portion of the show is being brought to you by Igor's Wishbone. It's roasted turkey-flavored erectile dysfunction syrup. Wishes do come true with Igor's Wishbone. And try Igor's Super Tasty Dogs. Grape jelly and raisin stuffed wieners. Pick up some STDs today. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook and at www.igorslube.com. What is that, a raisin? I hope so. Alrighty, folks. So, I got no silly stories, right? I got none. I got nothing. Why is it that people... Oh, do you remember the movie review? Do you remember honest movie reviews? Where, Siskel and Ebert or somebody would come out, and it'd be like maybe once a week or once a month. They would come out and tell you all the movies that are coming out this month and give you their review of them. And the next month, it would all be the same, different movies. But they only did one show. You know what I mean? That's not what's happening anymore, folks. I don't understand. I'm watching the movie reviews on the news, and for 3 weeks straight, they all review the same 5 movies. Over and over and over and over and over again. It's like they are on a paid quest to promote some certain movies, and for some reason, knock some out of the running. I understand if you're getting paid by a movie company to give a positive review over and over and over and over again for a month long on your news station. But why are you discrediting the other ones so much all week long? Are you being paid to do that as well? Yeah, I call it a paid advertisement when you advertise the same movies over and over and over and over and over again. Good example of if you don't like a movie, say you don't like the movie and move on, but yet I have seen the exact same review from the exact same movie reviewer for, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks now. And it's all for this new this new stupid movie. I can't remember the name of it right offhand. It's this new superhero movie from Marvel. The vampire, the living vampire movie where he's an anti-superhero. I don't know why I'm having trouble with it. Morbius, that's what it's called. Morbius, I think. But anyway, folks, the review was that if you want to see this movie, you should wait until it comes out on cable and then watch it while you clean the house. That's not a good review at all. They said that the movie looks cool, it had a great idea, it had a lot of cool plot beginnings, but never actually finished any of the storylines and left all kinds of holes in the plot and questions about what's going on. And they said that it really never really came through. It never made the connections. So they said, don't pay money to go see it, but watch it free on cable or rather listen to it while you're cleaning the house. That's not a good review. So why do you have to give that same review 6 times this month? Okay, I don't think you're informing the public anymore. I think somebody who's trying to get you to knock something down. And that Cody movie or whatever, Coda movie, that's the one. I understand it won all kinds of awards. I get it. It was a super great movie. You know, the deaf family with the hearing daughter who has a singing career or whatever. I get it. It was a huge movie and it was really well made and it was great acting and all that. But his review of that was like 4 times a week, at least. Several different versions of it. He was definitely paid to promote that movie. Even after it won its awards, and they do another segment on the news, he's still reviewing that movie. Enough is enough. I get it. Aren't there other movies out? That's been the punchlines. As I said, they weren't really punchlines. I didn't really have a punchline today for this because there's nothing funny going on in the world. Nothing funny in the world anyway. There's all kinds of funny stuff going on in the government and stuff. The government. Yep. Anyway, we are going to take a short break, but before we get to a sports update with the Prospect, I'm going to leave you with a artist known as Suit. And just like the rest of us in the world right now, we are along for the ride. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with The Prospect.
Hello, sports fans. Prospect here with a weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. The Colin Kaepernick carousel, say that 3 times fast, is still rolling as he's been resurfacing in the news lately, telling prospective teams that he can still throw and is willing to sign with them. His latest sighting was at the University of Michigan's annual spring game where Coach Jim Harbaugh made him an honorary captain. He and Cap were together when he coached the 49ers, and when asked about his plan should he be considered for a spot, the 34-year-old said he is open to being a backup if it means returning to the sport he loved. Obviously, there's some people that were against this due to his little situation back in 2016. The current Wolverines quarterback, Cade McNamara, was impressed in how he performed, saying he was a fan of the team and how Cap played. We will see if this appearance finally makes the phones ring and the offers come in. Elsewhere in the league, as Tom Brady makes his quick, and I mean quick, return to the Buccaneers, he will be without Coach Bruce Arians, who announced his retirement and has accepted a position in the front office. Defensive coordinator Todd Bowles has taken over as head coach. Now, rumor has it that the decision for Arians to step down was made because of issues between him and Brady, but he squashed those down, saying he had a, quote, great relationship with him in an interview. When he was also asked about why the decision to step away from his chance to get to the Hall of Fame, the 69-year-old said he didn't care about that and it was a dream to move to the front office. The 2022 Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class has been announced, and the resumes are impressive to say the least. Multiple-time NBA champions and MVPs, WNBA champions and All-Stars, and some of the most winningest and legendary coaches are on their way to enshrinement. Names include Manu Ginobili, Tim Hardaway, Swin Cash, George Karl, Bob Huggins, and Marianne Stanley. The ceremony is set for September 10th in Springfield, Massachusetts. Well, tune in next week for more sports. Alien X Radio, I'm the Prospect. Saying until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon. Alien X Radio.
Resistance is futile.
Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. You have been beamed aboard and are now inside the mothership for the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Welcome back, everybody. We are now in the second half of hour number 2, which is also the second half of the entire freaking broadcast. You didn't even feel that quick turn that we took, and now we're heading back towards Earth. That's because of the inertia cancelers. Yes, the best in all the galaxy. No more splattered people on the back wall of the ship. That only happens, 5 or 6 times. And then we fix that problem. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, folks, coming up still this hour, more music for your Vajir holes, but it is time for a classic episode of Just a Few Questions. So this time we're going back to April 7th of 2019. This one was entitled Fetishes and Stuff. See, we started getting a little bit better names, right? Fetishes and Stuff. Anyway, folks, I'm not really positive what direction this one took. but I'm sure that it went ziggity-zaggity, and it took many turns and got very weird and strange, as Just a Few Questions does. It's a live segment that we do during Inside the Mothership, which broadcasts from this radio station at 12 noon Eastern every Sunday. So coming up next hour will be the brand spanking new episode that just aired yesterday. But right now, let's go back to April 7th of 2019. Fetishes and stuff. Just a few questions on the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from outer space.
Answer just a few questions.
All right, everybody. Once again, it is that time. It's time to answer just a few questions. Are you ready? Are you ready? Woo!
Ready.
All right. By all means, if you'd like to answer just a few questions, give me a call, 313-444-8919. Again, that's 313-444-8919. That's how you call me directly here in the Mothership. Let's just go ahead and get to it because we always tend to run over. You and a friend have decided to open a bar.
Okay.
Diggity, right?
Sure.
That sounds like fun, right?
Absolutely.
Your bar will offer hundreds of beers on tap and the finest of wines, but specialize in a series of drinks for people with certain fetishes and celebrity obsessions.
Oh, for the love of God.
Yeah. You and your friend have hired another friend as a marketing specialist. Once your staff is in place, you must begin product development. First, who is your partner at the bar? Who are you going into business with?
Rob.
You and Rob are opening up the bar with that specializes in fetishes and celebrity obsessions.
Sure.
What friend will you hire as a fetish expert to head your research and product development division?
I'm going to go with Dave on this one.
Gonna go with Dave.
Gotta go with Dave on this.
Okay. So Dave.
Yep.
All right. Now with your
I don't
team.
have many friends. I have bandmates.
Oh.
So.
See, you think you're hurting yourself, but you're hurting them because you just called them not your friend, but your bandmates.
I know, right? Go on.
Now with your team in place, you have decided on your first project. You will offer people who have a baby fetish. You're offering to, the ones that like to wear a diaper and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying they want to be the baby. The drink is called Mama's Working 9 to 5. It's coconut milk and rum served in a sippy cup. Now, what makes this a special drink? Why, the milk and rum is gently drizzled across Dolly Parton's nipples into the cup. Given this recipe and drink's names, whose nipples do you think may have been drizzled across for these drinks? A, to pull off this drink, you'll need white milk and Hennessy served in a bra with a hole in it. It's called the halftime showstopper. Whose nipple will this drink be poured over? Oh, yeah. See, you got to think. See, you weren't listening. To pull off this drink, you'll need white milk and Hennessy served in a bra with a hole in it. It's called the halftime showstopper. And 3, and 2,
Courtney Love,
and 1. No, Janet Jackson.
Oh, I don't know.
Remember they did the nip slip on?
Oh, yeah.
And the white milk would be Justin Timberlake.
Got ya.
See, yeah.
Got ya.
All right. See,
Okay.
now you see where we're playing.
Kind of.
Okay. So B, mix together Guinness, Baileys, and a shot of lime juice, served in a tall pint glass. It's called the thick eyebrow. Whose nipple is this drink poured over? Guinness, Bailey's Irish Cream, and a shot of lime juice served in a tall pint glass, and it's called the thick eyebrow. And 3. And 2.
I don't know.
And 1. Kathy Ireland.
Oh, see
how I'm doing that there?
You're making me think and you're giving me... Okay,
I'm giving you clues. Yeah. Okay, so C. It's basically a dirty martini, but you mix in a little honey and a tablespoon of salt. It will be a special drink served only in the month of June. It's called the Sweaty Mama. It's basically a dirty martini, but you mix in a little honey and a tablespoon of salt. It will be a special drink served only in the month of June. It's called the Sweaty Mama. Whose nipple will this drink be poured over? And 3. And 2.
I
and
got nothing.
Mama June.
Mama June.
Honey Boo Boo. She's sweaty. It's the Sweaty Mama. You can only get it in the month of June. And D. It's a glass of ice water with a cigarette butt and a wadded up lipstick stained napkin in it. You can only drink it in a hole out back in the parking lot. It's called the Nirvana Side Effect.
Courtney Love.
Courtney Love. Ding, 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 ding. You got one. And since it's all part of the first question, you got question number 1 right.
Oh, go me. Woohoo.
You get 35,000 points.
Oh.
And the points don't matter.
That I can use towards a pick later.
The wild card that you did not choose was Betty White. That would be a very nice Chardonnay or champagne. Thank you very much.
Aged 100 years.
Bonus question. Now you create one. Whose nipple would you like to use? What would you put in the drink? And what would you call it?
Oh, are you for real?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Real quick, whose nipple would you like to pour a drink over?
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. Okay, what drink would you like to drink off of her nipple?
Let's say Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, and Johnny Walker.
So 3 whiskeys.
Yup, and I would call it Friends.
Dad! See, that's beautiful! That's exactly, you're like, oh my God, I can't do it, but that was perfect.
It came to me real quick.
That was good.
As it would if I was ever to pour a drink over Jennifer Aniston's
I like
nipple.
that.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. So, it's time to address another fetish. I'm talking about feet. Yes. It's a well-known fact that a lot of people have this fetish for the feet. I certainly do not share this, and I don't think you do either. And you're being very quiet.
I like feet.
Yes.
Let me assist you in your shock change.
So we need to come up with a drink that would appeal to someone with a foot fetish.
Ugh.
First things first, what will we put in this drink? A, Coke, coffee, and Kahlua. B, Sprite, vodka, and a corn nut. Or C, Mountain Dew and barefoot wine.
I'm going to go with C.
C! Ding, 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 ding. Barefoot wine.
Barefoot
it's
wine.
in there, so yes. So we're going to go with that.
Yes.
All right.
That and I like Mountain Dew.
Now what? Now that you have your recipe, what vessel will you serve this drink in?
Oh.
A to-go cup. You got to go.
Yeah,
okay.
See you later.
You can have this. Now you got to go. B, a coffee mug that says, I'm the foot guy.
I'm the foot. I'm the foot.
Or C, a lady's shoe.
I'm going to say C, a lady's shoe.
That's a good answer. Because remember, your whole point of this is you're there to serve these freaky people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes, a lady's shoe is a great answer. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Now we need to add a real foot element to this drink.
Oh God.
You know something that foot people will really love? Will it be A, freshly stomped grapes? A tip is required for your server. B, replace the napkin with a used odor eater.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or C, toss in a few toenail clippings.
What was A again?
Freshly stomped grapes. A tip is required for your server. So it means your server's going to have to take off their shoes and socks and freshly stomp some grapes to put into your drink.
We'll go with A.
That's probably the safest one.
Right.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
You might choke on a toenail clipping. I don't know.
Ooh.
And finally,
Rogan.
It's time to name this drink. How will your foot fetish customers order this drink? A, I'll have a foot in your mouth Faygo. B, give me a not so flat foot. C, just let me have, quote, the most disgusting drink on the menu, please. And go.
C.
C, absolutely. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, but that might offend them. So we might have to let them go with the foot in your mouth Faygo.
Foot in mouth Faygo would be my second.
Yeah.
Second thing.
See, we would want to call it C.
See, maybe I would have.
We should call it A for everybody else,
right.
But we want to call it C.
A would be on the menu. C would be on the board when you walk in for today's drink specials.
Yes. And then if you guess which one we're talking about, it's half off.
There you go.
You look up there and be like, oh, definitely the toenail drink.
Yes. Get
all right.
Free.
There was no wild card available for this question.
Oh, good.
But your bonus question attached is, you have a sign on your door that says, no shoes, no shirt, no service. Are you willing to make an exception for people who ordered this drink and let them take their shoes off in your bar?
No.
I would go with that. We'll just say that that's a health code.
That's definitely.
That's health code.
I mean, outside of the toenails being inside the drink, that's definitely a health code thing.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Can't do that.
Nope.
Nope. Now, slippers,
Denied.
I'll accept slippers.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
Ballet shoes.
We'll accept that, yeah. What if it's a dude, he can wear ladies' shoes if he really wants.
Right.
But
I'll even accept that.
You gotta wear some shoes. All right. So.
Question number 3.
All right, so your marketing guy,
this guy,
comes to you with some new ideas and wants to run them past you. First, he tells you that he wants to run a TV ad with Pee Wee Herman doing all of the jobs at the bar, pouring beers and serving shots with whipped cream on them, of course. Cooking and serving hot dogs, also, oddly enough, with whipped cream on top. What do you tell him?
What do I tell Pee Wee Herman?
No, what do you tell your marketing? Remember your marketing guy?
Oh.
You said it was Dave, right?
Yes.
He was the guy marketing.
Yeah.
He came to you and said that's what he wants to do. He wants to do a TV commercial with Pee Wee Herman in it, serving drinks and hot dogs in your restaurant.
I could see him doing that, too. So.
What would you tell him?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah?
Just do it.
Do it.
All right, let's do it. Turn into the skid.
Right.
This whole thing's about turning into the skid. Good answer. Ding, ding, ding. Now he wants more money for a sign spinner to stand outside waving a sign that says, we don't judge. This is the place where you can put your dink in your drink. What do you say?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Just do it. Go out there and spin the sign. Whatever you want.
Spin the sign.
Just go out there and do
Is
it.
Pee Wee Herman spinning the sign?
You didn't mention that, but if we can get probably a little bit more money, I'm sure you can get him. What else is he doing? You know what I'm saying? Somebody else can work his shift at the gas station.
That's right.
That's right. His final idea was to name a few dinner and drink combos after celebrities and runs these past you. What are your answers to all of these? Young sautéed veal with baby carrots paired with a vodka and Mountain Dew cocktail served in a heated camping shower bag. He calls it the R. Kelly experience.
Oh, absolutely do it.
Do it. It's on the menu.
Do it.
It's on the menu.
On the menu.
His next one was an after-dinner dessert combo with your choice of chocolate pudding or cherry jello with a hot cup of coffee and a roofie. He calls it the after-dinner Cosby.
Do it.
Do it. It's on the menu. It's a separate menu. It's the dessert menu.
Right.
But it's on there.
You don't have to order it.
Would you like to? Last thing I remember, officer, is he showed me the dessert menu.
Right. You don't have to order it.
That's right.
It states what it is.
Beware.
That's messed up.
And finally, a mystery dish called the Jeffrey Dahmer, served with a tall glass of prison shower justice.
I'm going to say don't do that one.
Yeah, we're not going to put that one on the menu. No, that one's not going to go on there. There were no wild card answers. And your bonus question, what is the name of your bar?
Fetishes and stuff.
Fetishes and stuff, and now, lightning strikes.
Giggity.
Feet or no feet?
Feet.
I can't do it.
Either way, it was the wrong answer.
R. Kelly, a freak or we don't judge?
A freak?
Yes! We judge. Ever or never worn a dress?
Never.
I have to take your word for it. I don't know. Ever or never leave your drink unattended?
Never.
Good answer. Good answer. You don't want to get Cosby.
No Cosby's.
Right. Ever or never told someone about that one night with that one chick?
Ever or never have I ever told?
Yes.
Oh, ever.
Ever? Nice job. Nice job. And finally, Pee Wee Herman, pervert or just got caught?
He just got caught.
All right. And that has been just a few questions.
Man, I'm hungry.
What he did, he'll never be the same. Just one cut, can't feel no more. Sees their bodies on the floor. Not the way he wanted it to be. Took the wrong path to be free.
Ah, yeah. 23 EXP. Food. That's the name of the tune, and boy, oh boy, I am indeed hungry. I've had nothing to eat yet today. Still got an hour to go. The broadcast. I'm just skin and bones, man. I'm wasting away. Oh, boy. Anyway, folks, we are just about out of time here for hour number 2. Moments away from another break. Pause the action for station identification. And as we go into hour number 3, there'll be more music for your Vajir holes. I'm going to try to do some kind of punchlines, even though the world isn't doing anything funny right now. And of course, the brand spanking new episode of Just a Few Questions called The April Fool's Day Massacre. Now, it's kind of amazing that I happened to write this episode yesterday. It involves a little Leatherface action. And out of the blue, one of my friends from high school Well, I don't want to say from high school. I mean, he's been my friend the whole time. Anyway, he sends me a music video of a country guy doing a Leatherface song. Just randomly, Leatherface. It's Leatherface Day, folks. Just saying. Today's the day to put on your masks made of human flesh, wander about the woods, and slice co-eds in half. That's what you're supposed to be doing today, I guess. It's Leatherface Day, folks. Anyway, taking a short break, pausing the action for station identification. We will be back with hour number 3 of the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Go no place.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend? Igor's Lube. I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out? Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube. I got dry, flaky elbows. Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Top 10 Artists 23 EXP releases their 11-song debut album, Welcome, featuring songs like Siren, This album is guaranteed to satisfy your hunger with songs like Food, Welcome by 23 EXP is available right now at CD Baby, Amazon, Spotify, Pandora, and wherever music is sold. And yes, this album includes the number 1 song, Stand Up. Welcome by 23 EXP. Get it today. The monster that's inside.
So you're tired. You work and work, your job is not secure, and the pay sucks. You've got student loans, credit card debts, nagging relatives, and so on. In short, you're burned out, stressed, exhausted. But you know what? Celebrities have it even worse. They have similar problems, except for the working hard part. Plus, many have millions of dollars. So when you think you're tired, you have no idea what you're talking about. Celebrity problems are more important than yours because they're famous. So the next time you hear about one of our beloved celebrities checking into a $10,000 a day clinic in Beverly Hills for exhaustion, don't throw down your hard hat or slam down the want ads in murderous rage. Just sit there in your crappy little apartment you can barely afford and think of ways that you might be able to help that poor, ever so exhausted, spends more on one outfit than you make in a decade celebrity. This has been a public service announcement about celebrity exhaustion.
The views and opinions expressed in the following show do not necessarily represent those of this station or its sponsors.
Come in. Here's your morning briefing, sir. You forgot my toilet tweet. Don't you remember? You're not allowed to tweet anymore, sir. I forgot. It's okay, sir. That's why I'm here. I hate Mondays. Not much to do when you're in the office of the former president. Well, you could always listen to the radio, sir. That's different. What's on? Oh, I don't know. Would you like me to turn it on? Why not? Got nothing better to do.
It's the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Oh, Ditzy. Call these guys up. See if they want to interview me. It'll be huge.
Resistance is futile, but you can struggle if you like. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You got something to say? Say it, bucko. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. Again, that number is 313-444-8919.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Please sit down. Frankly, this radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial? Please, what is the time?
Alrighty, folks, welcome. It's hour number 3 of the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. I am still your host, Alien Stone. That's right, it kind of goes with it. I'm kind of like the pilot. I'm the host. I am the overlord. I am the controller of all that is happening. Or I'm just some dude with an internet connection. More than likely, it's the latter of all of that. Anyway, folks, coming up this hour, we got more music for your Vajir holes. We got sports by the prospect. Of course, the brand spanking this new episode of Just a Few Questions called The April Fool's Day Massacre. You got to go to the Facebook page, the Facebook group, and you'll see the posted picture there. We have a poster. I make a poster every Monday morning, which reflects all of the craziness that occurred during Just a Few Questions on Sunday. I can't make the poster till Monday because I only set up the craziness, and the craziness takes another life of its own once people start answering the questions. Because sometimes they answer the questions and it causes more questions. So it all kinds of stuff happens. But anyway, that's coming up. So you want to wait for that. As I said, sports from the prospect and music for your Vajira holes. So I'm going to go ahead and get things underway right now and put some of that music into your Vajira holes from the Creeping Chaos. They got brand spanking new music coming out, don't you know? They were challenged. They were challenged by ICP a long time ago. Those clowns said, hey, you got to make a song called Meltdown. And they were like, challenge accepted. So here's Meltdown by the Creepy Chaos. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Hello, this is My Business Verified.
Oh, this is a nice thing.
Contact you.
Left to test. This negative energy builds, and nothing can relieve it. Just boiling over from the stress. Our own demise is certain. We never had any chance. Build myths and prey upon the lost. Our objective still is cloudy. True harmony doesn't exist. We've all seen just what our pride can cause. You left us a world of trouble, and now we're forced to sit through the rubble. Scrape and claw, trip and stumble over all this carrion of the ground. Never brings any peace.
shakes us to our core. Disgust for which there is no name. But now sirens wail, the reactor swells and cracks. Now there's no way to shift the blame.
Steroids were the big drug last decade. This decade it's going to be thinkoids. Thinkoids will make stupid people smart. This is a thinkoid? Will make me smart? You mean I won't like Milli Vanilli anymore? You mean when I dial information, I'll only need to listen to the number one time? I don't think it's going to work. Well,
The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. Vector protected.
Hey, that was fun being smart. There'll be side effects, though. It'll wear off. People will be dumber than they were, so I'll be on Jeopardy. Einstein's equation.
What is E equals M? What is E? What?
Cause I love you. Yeah, baby. 'Cause I need you. Yeah, baby. You're lying next to me. Oh, I feel so good. When you're loving me, baby. 'cause I love you. Yeah, baby, I need you.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
week's bad movie flashback.
No. Please. No, not that.
My name is Zunar J5/9 Doric 47.
Get me the Pentagon. Red priority.
You're a cat.
He's the cat from outer space. You're serious?
I'm serious.
While you and I are talking this very minute, some slimy, green-headed, 12-legged creep could be crawling into the White House.
You're trying to tell me that your little pussycat came from another planet, from another galaxy, in a spacecraft and landed right here on Earth.
You're up against genius.
I gotta tell you something, pal. It's dumb.
It's a spacey comedy that'll boggle your mind.
It is mind-boggling. The man who owns the secret of this device could control the universe.
You are under arrest.
And the pussycat, General.
And the pussycat. He's got his paws on the power.
The power that cat possesses is awesome.
You betcha, Charlie. And if you know what's good for you, you'll land this thing and let Lucy Bellamy...
Quiet.
Okay.
Walt Disney Productions, The Cat from Outer Space.
You got something to say? Don't be a bitch. Call into the show at 313-444-8919. Or you can jump in the chat room at alienxradio.com. Broadcasting from beyond planet chaos directly into your Vajir holes. It's the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Come on. Am I the meanest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the prettiest?
Alien Stone.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Alien Stone.
But who am I?
Alien Stone.
Who am I?
Alien Stone.
I can't hear you.
Alien Stone.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Alrighty, folks, it is now time for the punchlines. As always, the punchlines are being brought to you by Igor's Empire and his family of products. It's also being brought to you by Igor's Wishbone, roasted turkey-flavored erectile dysfunction syrup. Wishes do come true with Igor's Wishbone. Also, Igor's super tasty dogs, grape jelly and raisin stuffed wieners. Pick up some STDs today. Alrighty, folks, don't really have the punchlines today because, as I said, nothing funny is happening in the world, apparently. So I'm going to use this moment to kind of send some shout-outs to the world out there that has been tuning in. Everybody out there, and I'm sure I'm getting all these cities' names wrong, too. Monmouth Junction, New Jersey. Thanks for tuning in. Port Richey, Florida. Dallas, Texas. I'm sure I'm saying this one wrong here. Ipswich or Ipswich? I don't know. It's in the United Kingdom, you know. I don't say color right either, right? And then this one, I'm not sure either. What is it? Absecon, New Jersey? I don't know. I've never been to New Jersey. Germany, all over the world. People are listening to the radio station. They're listening to the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. You know what that means? That means a lot of people have freaking nothing better to do, and that's great for me, okay? Otherwise, I'm just talking at my computer screen and nobody's listening. But now I have evidence that people are actually listening to the broadcast. So, folks, things just to think about that are coming up from the station pretty soon. I am working on a bit of a video show. I'm thinking maybe once a month where I'm going to have different artists from different bands come in and do acoustic versions of their own music and kind of do like a storyteller kind of thing about that. Not really sure what I'm going to call that yet, but the equipment is being installed very soon to make that all happen. Also working on Just a Few Questions, the board game. Yes, it's part board game, part cards, part dice, part disturbing stories and weird stuff. Maybe there might be a drinking aspect to it if you're over 21. Maybe there'll be a drinking aspect to the game. Who knows? It's going to be wild. Wild and crazy stuff. I tell you, it's wild and crazy stuff. But very soon we're going to bring you to another sports update with The Prospect. And after that, we will be going into a short break, bringing us to Just a Few Questions. The brand spanking new episode, the April Fool's Day Massacre. Now, imagine that you were going on a trip with a bunch of your friends. You didn't know where to go, but one of your friends just received some property in a will from his great-grandpappy. So you decided to go there. And then a whole bunch of weird stuff happens. There's death. There's debauchery. There's I don't know, there's funny stuff. There's porn stars. There's all kinds of things that'll be happening. So, the April Fool's Day Massacre coming up on the other side of this break with The Prospect. And this week's sports update. Man, go nowhere. It's the Attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space. Alien X Radio.
Broadcasting directly into your brain.
And now your weekly sports update with The Prospect.
Hello, sports fans. Prospect here with a weekly sports update on Alien X Radio. The Colin Kaepernick carousel, say that 3 times fast, is still rolling as he's been resurfacing in the news lately, telling prospective teams that he can still throw and is willing to sign with them. His latest sighting was at the University of Michigan's annual spring game where Coach Jim Harbaugh made him an honorary captain. He and Cap were together when he coached the 49ers, and when asked about his plan should he be considered for a spot, the 34-year-old said he is open to being a backup if it means returning to the sport he loved. Obviously, there's some people that were against this due to his little situation back in 2016. The current Wolverines quarterback, Cade McNamara, was impressed in how he performed, saying he was a fan of the team and how Cap played. We will see if this appearance finally makes the phones ring and the offers come in. Elsewhere in the league, as Tom Brady makes his quick, and I mean quick, return to the Buccaneers, he will be without Coach Bruce Arians, who announced his retirement and has accepted a position in the front office. Defensive coordinator Todd Bowles has taken over as head coach. Now, rumor has it that the decision for Arians to step down was made because of issues between him and Brady, but he squashed those down, saying he had a, quote, great relationship with him in an interview. When he was also asked about why the decision to step away from a chance to get to the Hall of Fame, the 69-year-old said he didn't care about that and it was a dream to move to the front office. The 2022 Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class has been announced, and the resumes are impressive to say the least. Multiple-time NBA champions and MVPs, WNBA champions and All-Stars, and some of the most winningest and legendary coaches are on their way to enshrinement. Names include Manu Ginobili, Tim Hardaway, Swin Cash, George Karl, Bob Huggins, and Marianne Stanley. The ceremony is set for September 10th in Springfield, Massachusetts. Well, tune in next week for more sports. Alien X Radio, I'm The Prospect, saying until next time, Prospect out.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow. Broadcasting from the dark side of the moon,
Alien X Radio.
Resistance is futile.
I know it's just a dream. I know I didn't have an anal probe. And I know that I am not under alien control.
You're inside the mothership.
Son of a bitch.
All right, folks, we have reached the second half of hour number 3, which means it's time for the brand spanking new episode of Just a Few Questions, the April Fool's Day Massacre, where Sir Martin of Mad and Sir Unit of D were both put to the test to see what they would do in this set of circumstances. Now, I'm not going to set it up anymore because this was one of the most ziggity-zaggity, turny, twisty, weird episodes. So there's really no way without just telling you everything. So we're just going to go ahead and get to it. Without further delay, folks, it is the brand spanking new episode, the April Fool's Day Massacre of Just a Few Questions, the attack of the Monday Morning Madcast from outer space.
Time to answer just a few questions.
Alrighty, folks, it is once again that time. It is time to answer just a few questions. Just a Few Questions, as always, being brought to you by Igor's Empire and his family of products. Summer is fast approaching, and you might want to get your junk down there and keep it cool, you know what I'm saying? So try out Igor's Skin Bridge Cooling Gel with roll-on applicator. Just apply a thick layer and stay cool all day. It's Igor's Skin Bridge Cooling Gel. May cause irritation.
All right, man. Bring it.
All right, so it's time to answer just a few questions. I need to get ready first, huh? Yeah, I don't have the song. Just do it. And here we go.
Question number one.
Question number 1. You got some time off of work coming up. What do? Where do you go? You have decided to pack up a bunch of gear and take a road trip with a few of your friends. Given the track record of traveling on Just a Few Questions, you will not be taking any airplanes, trains, buses, hot air balloons, or spacecrafts. Before we even begin to plan our trip, what vehicle will you take? Surely, you, your friends, all the gear, food, and beer won't fit in your Camaro or on the basket in the basket on the front of one of those old-timey English bikes with the really big wheel in the front and the little wheels in the back. So, what's it going to be? A rented motorhome? The rental agent tells you there's a huge discount and airfare if you drop the RV off at their location in Mexico at the end of your trip. He also tells you there's a problem with every single one of the storage compartments, closets, and cabinets. They will not open and tells you not to try. The camper smells like weed, but he just tells you it hit a skunk. B, a 1970s something white windowless Chevy van. This baby has been sitting in a garage band's backyard since the bass player quit and left to study ballet in France. It still
ballet in France.
It still runs, but needs new tires and a tune-up. It also smells like weed, but that's because the rest of the band has been growing plants in it since the breakup.
Gotta make your cash somewhere.
That's right. C, a U-Haul box truck.
Yeah.
With low daily rates and a ton of space, this seems like a great idea. You could put couches and chairs in the back. Just make sure the most trusted of the group is driving. With only 2 people in the front, the rest will have to ride in the back. A dickhead driver would swerve, hit the brakes, bouncing the rest of the group around in the back with the furniture. I don't know why. Oh, it's because there's food back there too. I said with the furniture and deviled eggs. Or D, just tie a few red wagons to the back of the old-timey English bikes, and you're off, mate. What's it going to be, Sir Martin of Mad?
Ooh.
We got the rented motorhome that smells like weed and you can't go in the cabinets. You got to drop it off in Mexico. The 1970-something white windowless Chevy van. It also smells like weed, but they've been growing plants in it. There's probably also some kind of a thing hanging from the window that says something about ballet. C, it's the U-Haul box truck that you're going to be bounced around in the back. Or the red wagons on the back of the big-wheeled, old-timey bike.
No, I'm going to go with C.
You're going to go with C, the U-Haul.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be the one driving, probably.
I wouldn't say I'm responsible, but yeah, why not?
Martin of Maskin, he thinks that we're going to take the U-Haul box truck. We'll say it's you.
I'm going to go with the van, dude. And I'll just take the money that I would normally spend on the plane ticket or whatever and just put that in towards the tune-up, the tires, and maybe a few upgrades and kind of pimp that van out.
That's right.
For the D-Unit ride.
Save all that money.
For the vacay.
For other stuff.
Yeah.
I got you.
Exactly. Smelling road trip. Let's do it.
All right.
Do it in the van, man.
Bonus question.
Throw some green shag carpet on the side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or orange.
One. We'll have...
it's 1970 something. They might already have it.
We'll do it on opposites. Opposite walls.
Yeah.
They got a contrast wall or something? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Boner question.
Boner's question. After finding out the RV was stolen and filled with weed, the U-Haul trucks were all rented by people moving out of Michigan, and none of you are able to ride those goofy bikes. You take the windowless van. What's the most awkward bumper sticker to find on this machine? So you guys decide to take the white windowless 1970-something Chevy van. What is the most awkward bumper sticker to find on the bumper? A, free Epstein.
Wow.
B, free candy. C, free stuff. Joe Biden 2020. Or D, my other van is on the federal watch list.
Oh, wow.
Sure, you need the D.
I can make up my own answer, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to kind of use one of yours and make up my own, kind of going off it. I wanted to say FBI surveillance.
FBI surveillance.
Yes.
All right. FBI surveillance, says the unit. So, Martin of Bed, what's this bumper sticker going on back there?
I'm going to use the last one, and that's going to be next door to the bass player. Also does ballet.
So yeah, okay. It says my other van is on the federal watch list, and I love ballet.
Yeah.
I heart ballet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Pink, of course. I heart ballet too much. Bringing us to
question number 2.
Question number 2. Now the creeper van is all loaded up.
Creeper van.
You and the gang jump in and head down the road. You are going to have a huge 420 party on April 20th. That's the night before coming home. Today is April 1st. You have 20 days to party. Here is what? I always do that. Stop and go, what? And you go, I don't know. Here is what you have decided. Here is where you decided to go, I think is what it's supposed to say. Where you have decided to go. Yes. A, some old abandoned campground you heard about online. Camp Crystal Lake or something like that.
Nope.
B, an old house behind a slaughterhouse that got willed to one of your friends when their great-grandpappy died. C, a circus, carnival, and amusement park with an Airbnb trailer between the freak show tent and the lions' cages. Oh, the secret white lion.
We said a couple secret words.
Yeah.
Today.
Well, the lion was a really secret word because I forgot it was even in here, so it was really secret. I didn't even know.
We said Camaro a couple times.
Yeah. I told you that was the secret word outside. You said you pulled up in the secret way.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
Or D, a nice quiet hotel next to a bingo hall in Utah. If you're lucky, you can win some money and pick up an older woman.
Oh, no,
Hey, lady, you want to go see my van? I'm going with D, dude. I'm fucking bingo hall, picking up some old betties. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Want to see my van?
It's your Martin of Bad.
Free Epstein.
We're going to... We're going to go to Camp Crystal Lake, ladies and gentlemen. See my mate Jason.
You're going to go to Camp Crystal Lake. All right. Camp Crystal. After stopping for gas at the gas station Time Forgot, a cast member from Deliverance told you to stay away from Crystal Lake. He explains that a crazy-ass hockey player chopped up a bunch of kids and camp counselors years ago, and the madman is still out there. So, unlike every person in every horror movie ever, you and the gang take the missing link's advice and veto Crystal Lake. You also find out that this is the same guy who posted the Airbnb ad for the circus and decide that's out now. You also failed to follow the advice of Igor's Empire. You did not bring your bug-out bags, and you did not bring enough lube to rehydrate the bingo granny's 90-year-old vaginas. So, it's off to the backyard slaughterhouse.
Oh, that's some funny ass. You didn't bring enough lube
to rehydrate. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. I just threw up in my mouth.
So you
don't gotta be 100, man. You just said older ladies. Bingo.
Bingo. All right. So where was I? Oh, I lost totally where I was. Oh, so it's off to the backyard slaughterhouse. You pull up, get out, and what is the most disturbing thing that you see? A, yellow police tape crisscrossed across the door. B, an old...
I just got this thing in my head, dude. Like, Igor's Lube seriously needs to sponsor a bingo tournament, dude. Can you picture the church flyer? Bingo night. And then Igor's Lube in the lower left hand. I'm sorry.
Igor's Lube, now with Geritol.
But it's not getting out of my head. I'm sorry. I had to discuss it.
Coming to a parish near you.
You can even rehydrate your grandmother.
All right. Sorry. I'm sorry.
So what's the most disturbing thing you see? Is it police tape crisscrossed across the door? Is it an old rotted jack-o'-lantern signed by Grandpa next to an empty bottle of lube? Is it C, an old-timey English bike with a red wagon tied to the back, covered with cobwebs on the porch? Or D, a guy standing in the doorway with a briefcase, three-piece suit, and wearing a mask made of human flesh? There's a wild card answer. Ooh. Sir Martin of Mad.
I'm going to go with the wild card.
Wild card answer. So, Sir Unit of...
You know, I'm just going to go with the wild card, too, because I got a feeling it's going to mix a bunch of that together.
He's making bets over here.
Call it a gut feeling.
Wagers are going on over here. Decisions are being made. The wild card answer both of you chose is, you see a guy in a three-piece suit with his pants around his ankles humping a rotted jack-o'-lantern signed by Grandpa while wearing a mask of human flesh.
D called it.
What he said?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner, gimme my bingo.
Bingo! Rehydrate me, buddy boy.
While wrapped, of course, in yellow.
I'm not going to lie to you.
What's the name of your rock band? Rehydrating Grandma. Bonus question.
Awkward bonus question.
You try to jump back in the van and leave, but your friend stops you. Why? A, he wants Nexties with the pumpkin.
Nexties, you wrong 'un. Sloppy seconds.
Or B, he tells... nuclear.
Don't
today.
wear it out, man. I'm next.
Nuclear.
Pumpkin spice flavored lube.
God. Now we know where it came from.
Hey,
internally basted.
All right, sorry.
Or B, he tells you that's just his great grandpappy's lawyer. So is it because your friend wants Nexties with the pumpkin? Or is it that he tells you that's just great grandpappy's lawyer?
That's his great grandpappy's
gonna be his lawyer.
Yeah.
It's gotta be his lawyer.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
He wants to be.
You know, it's Donnie. You never know what he's going to say.
Oh, wow.
I took a pumpkin on the Saturday train.
Oh, man.
Doesn't matter if it's pumpkin spice.
Oh, wow. Bringing us to
Flesh number 3.
This has been the most disturbing, but the most fun. Just a few questions so far. So keep it going.
Just a few questions. Number 3. The lawyer finishes up with the pumpkin.
Oh, God.
And you all go inside. Before you check out the house, the lawyer wants to read your friend's great-grandpappy's will. So, you all have a seat in the living room. As the lawyer begins to lay out his paperwork, you look about the room. See how British I was there? I didn't say look around the room. I said you look about the room. The sofa.
Okay.
He's like, we don't say that.
That's what the Canadians.
makes you happy.
That's what the Canadians do, bro. You got it completely wrong.
No, they look about the room.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Boot.
Yeah, look about the room. The sofa you're sitting on has a half-inch of dust on it. All of the pictures have been scribbled out in their frames. There's a jar on the coffee table with what looks like a foot in it. And there is a signed poster of Ron Jeremy on the wall. With a few illuminated spots from the black light flickering over a single dead potted plant.
Oh, come on.
Oh, dear.
Your lawyer begins to read the will. Everything. The house, the furniture, the foot in the jar, and even the pumpkin are all yours. With one catch. You must spend the night in this house. There are deadly booby traps all over the house. If you make it through the night, you will get everything in the will. If you don't make it till morning, you get nothing. What items in the will might make you take this challenge? A, was it the house, the furniture, picture frames, and foot jar?
No.
Was it B, the land, the slaughterhouse business? C, great grandpappy's $3 million bank account?
That'll do it.
Or D, definitely the pumpkin.
Definitely not the pumpkin, you freak. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the cash with that one there for 500, please, Alex.
Yeah, I'm going with the cash too, so I can buy a Ferrari and drive it for 2 miles.
Then smash it.
And then just buy another one.
Right.
Just then.
I'll buy one for everybody.
Just then, when you decide you're going to go for the $3 million, just then, you hear the doors lock electronically with a clank. The lawyer then takes off his jacket and puts on a bloody apron and pulls out a chainsaw out from underneath the table. He starts it and begins chasing you all around the house. How does this end? A, he misses you all, but cuts all the walls, and the entire house collapses on you, and you're all dead. B, a crazy-ass hockey player breaks through the wall and begins doing battle with Lawyer Face.
Lawyer Face.
You all escape, but lose the inheritance. Or C, the saw runs out of gas, you kick him in the nuts, and tie him up. Then you go with the Scooby-Doo ending, saying, let's see who this Lawyer Face really is. You pull off the mask to reveal Ron Jeremy, who shouts, I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. There's a wild card answer. Who's going to go first?
I think Matt Martin's going to go with the wild card answer, so I'm going to go with the Scooby-Doo ending, because I'm always going to go with the Scooby-Doo ending.
It's the Ron Jeremy Scooby-Doo ending. Gotcha.
Scooby-Doo ending.
Sir Martin of Mad.
Dee's called it. Yeah, I'm going to go with the wild card.
2.
All right.
Bingo! Once again.
The wild card answer that Sir Martin of Mad has chosen. After cutting everyone in half but you and your friend, you and your friend who's in the will, Lawyer Face corners you both and is coming closer. Your friend looks at you, asking you, "Are you scared?" You show him the piss running down the front of your legs, and you tell him, "Yes." Just then, Lawyer Face stops, and your friend shouts, "April Fool's, dude!" You ask, "So our friends really aren't dead?" He laughs and says, "Come on, dude. It had to be real to fool you."
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
You got everybody killed for a joke with your wild card answer, sir. Bringing us to lightning strikes. Got all dark again, I'm sorry. Everybody's like laughing and then everybody's dead. Chopped in half. What can you live without in a motorhome? A, the bed. B, the bathroom. C, the stove. Or D, a chainsaw killer.
Oh, yeah.
Chainsaw killer.
It's going to be the chainsaw killer.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody can live without a chainsaw killer. Who is the worst person to drive the windowless van? A, Ron Jeremy. B, R. Kelly. Or C, Joe Biden.
Oh, wow.
Who is what?
Wow.
Who is
All
the
of
worst
the
person
above.
to drive the windowless van?
Oh, man. It could be all of them.
Right.
All of the above.
I mean, Joe shouldn't be driving, period. So that's, R. Kelly shouldn't be because of, it's R. Kelly. I mean, look at his track record.
Should be in jail.
Ron Jeremy dressed as R. Kelly wearing a Joe Biden t-shirt.
Would be really, really bad. So I'm going with
That's just madness.
All right, so. All right,
any answer is correct.
Any answer is correct. It's all horrifying. All right, next one. Has Alien Stone ever rented a U-Haul and drove it such a short distance that he returned it without having to put gas in it?
I'm going to say that sounds like you, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Needle never moved. Needle never moved. I moved back and forth was altogether a quarter mile.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like, dude, did you even get this off the lot? Nope. just wanted to make my crystal meth in the back, dude. I'm done with it now.
And make my delivery.
Bit extreme.
What must people in a horror movie do? A, run upstairs instead of out of the house. B, fall while running. C, go to get something after having sex. Or D, scream.
What's the question?
What must people do in horror movies?
All of it.
Oh, yeah, all of it.
Pretty much. I'm just saying, if you ever go and visit a scary place and you happen to have sex with somebody and she says, "Hey, can you go get me something?" No.
Hell no.
Absolutely not. I'm not leaving this room.
Exactly.
So, number 5. What is the official name for the old-timey English large front-wheeled bicycle besides its other two names, which is High Wheeler and The Ordinary?
I got nothing.
No idea.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Those, the bikes I'm talking about, they got the big giant wheel in front.
Yeah.
They're actually called a penny farthing.
You're talking about
yes,
like with the
penny
Wright
farthing.
brothers. Like
Yes.
Yes.
The penny farthing.
Penny farthing, yes.
That wouldn't have sounded good if Freddie Mercury was to sing that though.
No. I want to ride my penny farthing.
Maybe it does.
It's got the right syllables.
Yeah,
That's about it.
hasn't
though.
got the-
We
hasn't got the
represent
ring to it.
the Lollipop Kings.
Number 6. What shape is the mouth of Grandpa's pumpkin?
Oh, God.
Is it A, crescent moon, B, hexagonal, C, round, or D, starfish?
Part of me wants to say starfish, but it's
I know.
gonna be
I want to
round.
go with the chocolate starfish.
I'm gonna go
By this
round.
point.
You gonna go with both chocolate starfish?
Sure, why not?
I'll give you both of them. Why not? We'll give you both. Because the mouth, he's got two faces. You know, just the one on the back doesn't have eyes in the nose. Just the chocolate starfish.
Oh, wow.
We interrupted him while he was still carving. Okay, so he didn't finish. Number 7. What oil will you need for an electric chainsaw? Now, there's an electric chainsaw. What oil do you need for an electric chainsaw? A, THC oil, B, olive oil, C, chain oil, or D, a bubbling crude?
Chain oil.
It's going to be chain oil, yeah.
Yes. Up through the ground came a bubbling crude. Oh, that is.
Although Igor's lube will work.
Texas tea.
Yes.
Igor's lube will work if you are all out of the.
Oh, for
lube
sure.
oil.
For sure. We just don't have that in the commercial. You know, here.
No.
Oh, your chainsaw's slowing down. Try a little Igor's lube. Chop it all up. Number 8. What did the tag on the foot jar say? There's a tag on that foot jar. It said A, Kevin. B, on file foot. Oh, let me try this again. On file shoe size. Or D, pickled people's feet.
Pickled feet.
Pickled people's feet.
Peter Piper packed a jar of pickled people's feet. Then he farted.
That's feet with a P.
Oh, I gotta hurry up. We're almost out of time. Number 9. How long do you think it will take you to stitch your friends back together? A, 1 hour. 2 hours, all night, or what do I look like? A surgeon or a seamstress?
Exactly.
Exactly that one.
All right, and finally, number 10. What was the craziest April Fool's prank that you ever played on somebody or that was ever played on you? I'm going to be able to have to answer this one because we don't have time for everybody to answer, and the answer is the 2020 presidential election.
Yeah.
And that has been Just a Few Questions.
Think he's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Is this some radical new therapy?
You see?
Oh, that's right, folks. We are just about out of time for this week's episode of The Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from Outer Space. Big thank you to all of my affiliates out there. The live affiliates are Alien X Radio, Raw Talk Online, UG Media, the Lime City Radio Network, J. Parker Radio, United Talk Radio, Sword Radio, the Western Reserve Digital Radio Network, and the IRN Internet Radio Network. Our syndicated and replay syndicates around the world are 920 WON The Apple, 24.7 The Stream, 97.1 KGSB FM Get Smashed Radio, WRFN 1025, WRPR Rat Pack Radio, United Sounds Choice Radio, Prodcore Radio, Pure Rock Radio, Good Talk Radio, Mile High Radio, and K89. I do want to thank you for tuning in wherever it is all over the world. Just, right off the top of my head, some of the people that were tuned in today: Germany, we had people in New Jersey, we had people from the United Kingdom, Dallas, Texas, Port Richey, Florida, we had people in California, Mountain View, California tuning in. Man, Ann Arbor, Michigan, all over the world. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in and checking out the show. And until next time, this is Alien Stone saying, Earthlings, I have given you warnings before. I'm going to give you warnings again. During the Inside the Mothership and the Attack of the Monday Morning Mancast from Outer Space, please know the schedule. Know when it is that I'm going to be beaming you aboard, okay? Because, some of you are still not paying attention to the time, and when I beam you aboard, you're naked. Okay, I'm just saying. Make sure you're clothed at the time of beaming. All right? I'm just saying. I can't filter that kind of stuff out. You think you're scarred at the end of the show? I got to wash the entire cargo bay now. So until next time, this is Alien Stone saying, peace out, everybody! Later. Later.
This is my boomstick.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
That's the biggest bunch of BS I ever heard. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
We can't even do that in the 23rd century.
Excuse me, sir. There's been a little problem in the cockpit.
The cockpit? What is it?
It's a little room in the front of the plane where the pilot sits.
Oh, mama! I love a chick in a trench coat. You never know what they got under there, you know.
Butt plug.
Where are you, you little creep?
I've got a crisis in my pants.